We're on to our final film for the day. This is Pitch Perfect 3. One trilogy I have to say I haven't actually watched.
I don't think you ever intend to be honest.
But we do have a big fan.
All of them.
You have seen all of them. Well,
yes.
The previous two.
Yes.
Well, this is Pitch Perfect 3, starring Anna Kendrick. That's a big break, I think.
I love that.
It has Ruby Rose, Haley Steinfeld. Both of them can sing, and obviously our favorite DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Well, the film reunites the cast back again for another show, and Elenia, why did you take it from there?
Yeah,
I have to say, I don't know much about what the film goes on into.
They've kind of moved on with their lives a bit. So you've also got Elizabeth Banks, who was one of the main producers, and she was the kind of, it was her mind child sort of thing. And you've also got Rebel Wilson, who's really big at the moment, and everyone loves a bit of Rebel.
Quick question, because I've not watched this. I'll ask like a fan who's never seen it. How does this link to the previous two? So what happens in the previous? Jeff, what's the previous two?
Not really, no. Okay. I mean, if
Okay.
you don't know anything about a cappella, it might be nice to watch the first one. You don't have to watch the second one. It's not fantastic. The first one is really great. The songs are really great, and the mashups are just so smooth. And in this one, so they've all left college, and they think that they're going to this reunion for the Barden Bellas, which is the name of their a cappella team. Turns out they're not, and they're just supposed to be there to watch the current collegiate or a cappella group. And they get really upset and depressed about it, and they're like, we just want to sing together again. And one of the girls, her dad is in the military, which is a thing that is constant throughout the whole film. So it doesn't just come up and say, oh, by the way, my dad's in the army. And she says, look, I'll get him to put us on the USO show, and we'll go on tour with that, and we'll have a great time.
Right.
And they go away, and they meet the other bands, and they realise actually...
Go on, please not.
Actually, in the real world, a cappella might not marry up and compete with actual bands with instruments. And
I do agree. Either way, can you tell me what the actual storyline is behind the entire trilogy?
Or is there like a...
is there a storyline?
It's the relationship between the girls, and I
love music.
They all love music.
They
love each other. They come together in the first film and get really close. They sort of find themselves a little bit, and like I remember, when I was in like choirs or performing arts groups at school and growing up, you do build that relationship with those people because you have so much fun together, and it's like one of the greatest things that you're doing for yourself. If you love performing, you love doing it with people that you like
who also
as well,
love performing.
who love performing, and you just build on each other. And
I suppose it's like a trilogy that it's not really about like a final villain or final conquest.
Lord of the Rings.
It's more just about a bunch of mates and just seeing their adventures and what they get up to over the...
Yeah, and it's like the in the first one they've all gone to college, so they're all kind of awkward, kind of weird. Some of them are a bit nerdy, and they come together and they realise that that doesn't really matter as long as they have each other. And it sounds lame, but it's really nice.
Typical American.
Yeah, exactly. And they go in and they try and do, in the first one, they try and do like the old school Bella thing where they do really like old female pop songs. And this new girl comes and she says, Anna Kendrick, and she says, guys, we need to be more upbeat. We need to try new things. Like,
be more edgy.
Exactly. You need to be a bit more edgy.
This sounds very much like Glee.
Don't compare it to Glee.
Don't compare it to Glee.
No.
So I haven't seen either. So
exactly. Well, so don't, just don't.
But all I know about Glee is they also sing, they love being around each other, diversity and all this kind of stuff.
In Glee's different because Glee is sort of a musical because they do sing about their feelings, whereas this is a film with music. They don't all of a sudden burst out.
Alright, so that's
into
a good distinction because I thought this was a musical.
No, they don't just burst out into song because
like a Bollywood film,
like a Bollywood song, like a musical, like The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman. There's a bit where like one of them comes out and this is me, and they're singing about this is me. Yeah. Take it, but in Pitch Perfect, they're performing, and that's where the music comes in, and they're actually on stage performing songs.
Right. Okay. So, what did you think were the good bits and the bad bits of the film?
The good bits of the comedy.
Oh, so this is a comedy.
It is hilarious.
It's a lot of like comedian type act, like Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson. They're known for.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson have got a really, really good on-screen connection. They play like best friends. They become best friends after the first movie, and throughout the second movie as well. Anna Kendrick wants to leave and go and do her own thing, but then gets pulled back because she loves them and they're her family.
Wait, are you talking about real life here or the story?
No, in the story.
Got a bit confused.
Just because it's mentioned them, but like their name doesn't mean
Yeah. And then in this one, like every film, their connection to each other is kind of tested in some way. And
you kind of need that for like a dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. And then in this one also, you've got John Lithgow, who comes in as Rebel's dad, who for some reason brings it. He's like a criminal, and he brings in a kind of action element to the film, which is really confusing.
Which was missing.
Which was missing from the first.
Catering to the other side.
You know what, this movie needs action.
You know what? Yeah, exactly.
Next one directed by Michael Bay with explosions as well.
I mean, this did have an explosion in it as well.
Did it?
But it's so ridiculous. It's in line with the rest of the film. And so you've got the back and forth between Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson. You've got Rebel Wilson by herself, who just comes out with the most weird, improvised one-liners throughout the movie. You've also got Brittany Snow, who is a little bit of a tragic character, but tragic in a funny way.
And laugh at her tragedies.
Yeah, exactly. You'll laugh at her. And, there's all those sort of basic girl lines, like, who even is she? Who is this girl? And me and my friends were
American teenagers.
Me and my friend Zoe were like slapping each other, laughing. We were like, oh my God, we were just rolling around in our chairs. Everyone in the film was laughing. There's
that's great.
Elizabeth Banks and I can't remember the actor's name. They're like the commentators of the a cappella world. And their interactions are fantastic as well. Like, so he comes out with the most sexist lines. He said something along the lines of, a girl another woman taking a job that would be better suited for a man. But it's funny because that it's
self-aware.
It's taking it in jest. And they are taking a dig at him Elizabeth Banks will turn around and be like, "You are a sexist pig," and it had everyone in the cinema.
Is this set in the modern world or in a?
It's set now.
Oh, it's set.
Yeah.
So, what about anything that could be improved upon, or what you said? I didn't like it.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes, I'll tell you, only gave 31%.
31?
Really?
Just 31.
What about audience scores? That's usually.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've learned to look at the audience scores now a bit more than just the critic scores.
The critic score
After The Last Jedi. After The Last Jedi.
Well, The Last Jedi was also.
Greatest Showman was the same. The critic score for Greatest Showman is really low, but the audience score was like 90%.
This one is not very good at audience score either, 52%.
And then you're gonna make some fake accounts and get that score up.
Yeah, I know. I think I do, actually. But I don't know why. But I think it might be an acquired taste. If you don't like big musical numbers and stuff like that, if you don't like the whole like touchy feely, we're a family kind of thing, it's probably not for you. But I really enjoy the a cappella element to it. I love the music.
Opinions are subjective, man.
And I think it's more of a girl movie than a guy.
But would you say this film was a bit of an irrelevant one? More so that it is an unnecessary one rather than irrelevant.
Yeah, no, it can definitely get lost in the background if you're not paying attention to
I'm
it.
actually talking about that compared to the previous films. Did you really need a sequel?
No. I mean, actually, yeah, because the second one wasn't that great. And this kind of went back to, it gave it a definite storyline again, but didn't take itself very seriously. It's a comedy at the end of the day. It's a comedy with music. And like some comedies don't really get a great critic reaction. So
well, this one made 3 times its budget, so there will be a 4th one if you're up for that.
I hope there isn't a sequel because it rounds off quite nicely at the end.
Okay.
But money.
But money.
It's like, why there's 6 Terminator films we don't know.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
They didn't advertise it massively either, which was so I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
it came out pretty on the low keys, considering like the amount of build up and hype.
Low key.
When he went to like Comic Con, there was like a whole area just for the movie, and I was like, to put a lot of effort into this. But like at the time of release, I didn't really see.
Yeah, actually, there was like a whole booth.
Exactly.
I got like a boomerang down there, like me with the microphone and the guitar, like But no, I really enjoyed it, but I think it is a bit of a niche film.
I suppose something if you like the first 2, you definitely like this one.
I'd say if you wanted to have a look, watch the first one, because then also you've got like them and they've got their rivals who are all male a cappella group, and it's the whole like all female versus all male, and then there's a love interest as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a sexist film with only female cast and female a cappella group. Where's the men?
No, the men were in the previous one.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's why it was the down one. It did do as well.
Yeah, the first one was really good when they have like the rivalry with the male.
They have that competition.
Yeah.
You need a strong rival to keep a movie.
Always do. Unless you're a Marvel film, then it doesn't matter.
It's one-liners.
But the first one's like the collegiate a cappella competitions. Then they go to the worlds, and now they do a tour, and they take the mickey out of themselves. It's like, but we need a competition. We always have a competition, and then they find out that at the end of the tour, DJ Khaled would choose someone to be his support act.
Okay,
and they're like,
so this is
we have a competition.
So this is all for DJ Khaled's backing dancers.
Not backing dancers, like
I know what you mean.
Like pre-act,
the undercard.
So it does kind of take the mick out of itself.
We got that.
Does sound like
it's a type of movie. You got to be a bit self-aware.
It's fun.
If you wanna do a few words.
Hilarious musical fun. That's for me.
And you didn't write that one down in advance, did you?
I didn't actually. That was the one thing I didn't write down.
All right, good to know. That's it for us from this episode, the start of 2018. Hopefully there'll be more to come, and hopefully you'll join us for the next ones. Thank you.
See ya. Bye.